we can achieve great things this year.
It's onto his left foot, stands up the cross, Joelinton heads it in from close range.
Showcasing what we're capable of from a physical perspective.
Oh my word, Newcastle 2, Man City 1. Harvey Barnes has scored 2 in 3-4 minutes.
The way that they're attacking the Champions League, they've got real poise about them.
These players have got that experience to come into this season's Champions League again. They're a match for any team in the Champions League.
Marseille really need to win this.
Aubameyang inside the area, charge and equalises. Brilliant finish from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
It may well be the case that they need to look at their away form, but I don't see that there's a huge problem at Newcastle. I think they're margins away.
Just got to try and win each game, and this will be a very difficult game and a testing environment for us.
Yes, it's our commentary game this evening. Adrian Durham, your host, Sam Matterface, Stuart Pearce, your commentary team for Marseille versus Newcastle. Some familiar faces in the dugout and on the pitch for Marseille. Among them, Mason Greenwood, who's sort of period of rehabilitation out there, has become very popular with Marseille fans. Julien Laurens, French football expert, joins us now. Hi, Jules.
Hello, boys.
Yes, it's an interesting story, is it, of Mason Greenwood. It's the first time I think he's come up against an English side since he left Manchester United, but he has become a very popular figure amongst his teammates at Marseille and indeed amongst the fans.
Yes, you're right, Paul. That's very true. He's been one of Ligue 1's best players this season. He was very good last year already, but he's the top goal scorer this year. He's the front page of L'Equipe here with Pachao, you can see, and there's an article inside as well, inside the paper this morning, about the image that, or the status that he might have in England, which is a bit different than here, although because it's his second season, we don't really talk too much about what happened off the pitch before. It's very much what he's doing on the pitch. Although I think there's also a feeling, I was doing a radio show in Paris last night, where they find it also difficult to judge him as a footballer when you know what happened before too. So I think outside of Marseille fans, there's still that feeling about Mason Greenwood in France, quite similar, I would believe, to the one in England as well.
On the face of it, Newcastle have had a much better Champions League campaign so far than Marseille. They've only taken 3 points. What's gone wrong so far?
That's a good question, and again, I'll show you that front page of L'Equipe, because he says, I know both of your French is very good, but just for the people whose French is not as good as yours, already the countdown, as in already they need points now, and they have to win. We heard on the little clip earlier Andy Brassel saying that as well, because they were great against Ajax and they won. They played well Real Madrid in the first game. Probably deserved the draw, didn't get it. 2 penalties by Mbappe. They were very good against Sporting, and until they got a man down, and Emerson, the former West Ham left back, got sent off, and that changed the whole game. And against Atalanta, I thought they had a decent game, and probably the draw was fair, but they considered that late goals, and there was a bit of controversy with the referee and a potential penalty. And here we are, and 3 points is not enough. And if they don't win today, I think the hope of qualification would be very slim then. So they know they're against it. They know they have their back to the wall. And I think as much as they would have that kind of extra motivation to really win tonight, they also know what a difficult game this is going to be, even if Newcastle's form away from home in the Premier League hasn't been that great.
As we said, a lot of familiar names in and around the team. Roberto De Zerbi, of course, former Brighton manager. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang playing up front at the moment. Angel Gomez, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who was at Tottenham. Emerson, who was at Chelsea. So, yeah, lots of... I mean, the Newcastle players will be familiar with a lot of the players on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, De Zerbi, I think, had 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 defeat when he was at Brighton against Eddie Howe and Newcastle. He knows them so well, and I think Højbjerg all week had been, and all the other guys, because as you said, there's Greenwood, there's Gomez, there's also CJ Egan-Riley, who obviously was at Burnley before, who knows Spurs quite well, Newcastle quite well. So all the English boys, or the ones who've played in the Premier League, have kind of filtered through a lot of advice, and this is what they're good at, and this is what Joelinton can do, and what Tonali can do, and what Gordon or all of that can do. So at least I think in terms of preparation, there's not a better game where Marseille will be as well prepared as the one tonight.
We just heard in the bulletin Sinead saying that Newcastle fans have been asked not to wear their colours.
That's difficult.
But that's not... I mean, Newcastle fans, if you've been to watch Newcastle play, when they come to your place...
The only ones that don't wear their colours are the ones who take their top off.
Yeah, that's it. They're either shirts or skins, Newcastle fans. I mean, look, it's being done for a serious reason, because there is a certain reputation amongst some Marseille fans, but... Yeah. That's going to be quite difficult to ask Newcastle fans not to wear black and white.
I know, and to be fair, the ones I've seen, the ones who were on my train this morning from Paris down, respected that rule. But it's difficult. And again, this should be something that you celebrate. Newcastle fans coming here. Remember the last time they came here 21 years ago, that UEFA Cup semi-final and the great goal that Drogba scored for Marseille. It's not a good memory because Newcastle lost, but this was epic. And today, everybody wants another epic game. Whoever wins it, we want good football and we want the fans to enjoy this. 2,000 Newcastle fans who've made the trip, sometimes quite difficult because there's no direct flight from Newcastle to Marseille. So it's a lot of trains, or you have to go through Frankfurt to come down or through Paris to come down. But I really hope that there's no problems tonight, because there should not be, really.
No, absolutely. Let's hope it goes off without incident. As we said, it's live on talkSPORT from 8 o'clock tonight.
What about 11% Tottenham?
Well, yeah. This could be a Julien Laurens double over me this week. Jules' teams are Arsenal and PSG, not necessarily in that order. And, well, that's one out of one so far. And the Boffins have given Spurs an 11% chance of beating PSG tomorrow, which I'll take. Yeah, I mean, look, I sort of right, Scalia saying Tottenham are very good on the counter-attack. I'm thinking, okay, that's good. That's good. We've got inside their heads. Yeah, I mean,
the best thing
is it a free hit for Spurs tomorrow night, George? You think, really?
I think a bit. The way I see it, Paul, you can't be as bad as you were on Sunday anyway. So at least
hold my beer, I believe the phrase is.
He had a good result against them in the summer. So
no, he did. I mean, that was playing three at the back, doing exactly what we tried. Apparently, Paulinho said we tried to do what we did against PSG, but it didn't quite work out. I think that's an understatement. No. But I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't think there'll be three after what happened at the Emirates on Sunday. I don't think they'll be going three at the back again, Jules.
No, probably not. But they will have to be braver in their press, because as we saw, the only few times they tried to press Arsenal at the Emirates, they were all over the place. Yeah. With the ball, you have to be braver as well. Otherwise, there's just no point turning up and showing up. So sometimes be a bit braver on the ball. And for PSG, don't forget, it's a PSG team still with a lot of players missing. A team that is a bit stuttering at times in the league. We saw that against Le Havre on Saturday. They won 3-0, but Lucas Chevalier in goal had to make some really big saves. So there will be some half chances for Spurs that they will have to take. But right now, when you think about Sunday, you can't really see how Spurs can even get a draw at the Party Prime.
It could be the turning point game. It could be the game that goes down in Tottenham folklore as that when it all changed and we went on to win the title in the Champions League.
Exactly.
You got a dream, Jules.
Of course you do.
Enjoy the match tonight. Thanks very much.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much.
Julien Laurens, their French football expert. Thanks to him. Marseille, Newcastle, Barakov over in the Championship on talkSPORT 2. And of course, the Sports Bar is the place to be to get your calls in. More great games of European football tomorrow night, including Arsenal Bayern. Enjoy your game tonight.
Thank you very
Andy.
much.
He's off to the bridge.
Yeah,
you'll be kept in touch with all the other goals as they go in. We'll catch up on I'm back on Thursday, and you'll be back for the spread. Max and Charlie with you tomorrow. But coming up next, it is Champions League Drive with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bem.